Was Australia Day hijacked by the Palestinian cause? Because I've never seen so many Palestinian flags marching alongside Aboriginal flags in this great sea of hypocrisy. We saw the creation of a new slogan, "From the river to the sea, always was, always will be." We had acts of vandalism, a clear incitement of violence against the majority when people demanded things like the colonies will fall, and we had hate crimes committed on that day. I mean, intellectually, David, how does the modern progressive activist left, the same left that cancels speakers if they don't like something they've done or tears down statues because of one historical act hundreds of years ago, how does that group of people march side by side with regimes that have just committed horrific acts of terror? I don't see how this can be intellectually valid of the left.
Well, it's certainly not intellectually valid, as you imply by that question, Alexandra. But let me propose two explanations. One is, firstly, in order for people to support that view, in addition to being anti-Australian, you have to be historically ignorant, grossly historically ignorant. There is no doubt that it is actually the Jewish people who are the indigenous to the land of Israel. And you don't have to be a religious person and believe the Bible or the Torah to come to that view. The physical evidence is there for everyone to see. And I would challenge anyone to go to Hebron, where you can stand alongside the tombs of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the great Jewish patriarchs that are buried there. You can go to the tomb of King David in Jerusalem. You can look on the eastern side of Jerusalem on the Mount of Olives and you'll see the ancient Jewish burial sites. There is nothing comparative that's called Palestinian in the area. It is a completely false narrative. So the lack of education, the lack of historical knowledge is so gross that they're falling for the Goebbels strategy that if you tell a lie often enough, people believe it. But the other thing that's happening, I believe, Alexandra, is this is part of a fairly deep movement, a deep agenda to undermine Western civilization. If you are against Western civilization, if you are into any of the isms like socialism, communism, Islamism, ideologies which are inconsistent with a liberal democracy, then reflexly, either knowing or unknowingly, you will be against the Judeo-Christian values. And where did the Judeo and the Christian side begin? They began in the land of Israel. So I think that this is part of undermining Western civilization. I mean, I can't get into their heads and explain the behaviour, but my observation is that there's those two things: complete ignorance of history plus an undermining of Western civilization, and Israel is where some of the principles began.
Yes, well, I think we might have reached a point where progressivism, another one of those cherished isms of the left, has reached a point where there is no objective morality left. And once we have that kind of position,